This is my audience. Almost all of us have been there at some point in our lives, robbing Peter to pay Paul, holding a bill we can't afford, or staring at something wondering how we can purchase it. It always seems to be that the more you make, the more you spend, and you never get ahead. Starting a household budget isn't as difficult as it seems. It can be achieved by 3 steps: gathering your financial information, developing a plan, and making changes. Setting a budget is your key to control over your finances and will in turn lead to financial freedom. According to Credit.com, the average American household carries 2 credit cards with a balance of $4,400 on each. Why all the debt? Americans live above their means. To fix the problem, you first need to know what your means are and where the problems lie. Knowledge is power. To obtain knowledge, you first must gather all the information regarding your financial situation. Start with your resources. Gather bank statements, paycheck stubs, and record all forms of income, including tips, child support, and freelance work. Next, know what your expenses are. Gather all of your bills, including the ones you don't want to think about. Finally, keep track of all your daily expenses. Keep a receipt for every purchase, from a gallon of gas to your daily Starbucks stop. Remember to write down purchases when receipts aren't available, such as vending machine purchases. Every penny should be accounted for. Seeing all the information will put your situation into perspective and aid you in developing a plan. Once you have gathered your bills, the planning starts. Organize income into categories, as in fixed income, for example, wages, and monthly average income, for example, tips. Expenses can be broken down to essentials, for example, insurance, and non-essentials, such as Wi-Fi. You also can subdivide expenses into recurring, such as utilities, and expenses with balances, like a car loan. Financial advisor Dave Ramsey suggests creating a visual of your spending. He recommends setting up a calendar every day and correlating your expenses with your pay date. By paying your bills on the date that you receive your paycheck, you will eliminate the risk of coming up short in the middle of a pay period and incurring late fees. It can also reduce spending by making money unavailable. Another visual option is a whiteboard to record decreasing balances. You may be more motivated to add a little extra to your car payment every month if you can see the balance dwindle every month. Another of Dave Ramsey's favorite tips is to use the envelope system. He suggests putting money in envelopes for certain expenses and sticking with what you have budgeted. For example, if you budget $200 for groceries this pay period, put it in an envelope and use the money only for groceries, and make the choices to keep the expenses within the budget. When the envelope is empty, the envelope is empty. Once you've gained knowledge of your financial situation, it's time to set goals. It's good to have set several goals. Short-term goals, for example, paying off medical bills, will provide you with satisfaction when you accomplish them in a short amount of time. Long-term goals, such as a new kitchen, will provide long-term rewards, but will be more challenging. When making goals, keep in mind the changes that will need to be achieve them. Remember to incorporate realistic time frames to each goal. For example, if the goal is to pay off your credit card in 12 months, set a time frame of paying off $100 each month and not adding to the payment. Every goal is going to come with choices. If your goal is to make ends meet at the end of the month, what choices would you need to make? Can the goal be achieved by cutting Starbucks out and eating at home? Or do you need to downsize your apartment? Would selling your motorcycle that you ride a handful of times afford you the trip to Ireland you've always dreamt of? Maybe the answer is to pick up a weekend job. The point is that you need to put in the work if you want to be successful. Remember to be realistic. Setting little goals and building on them may be less overwhelming and lead to more success. If you have the power to achieve your financial freedom, if you follow these 3 steps: gathering your financial information, developing a plan, and making changes. It won't be easy, but it'll pay off in the long run.